Republican chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Ohio Congressman Mike Turner.
Thank you.
Do you have any sense yet of the scale of the damage caused by the leak of this classified material by apparently this 21-year-old airman who has been arrested?
Not completely, but clearly there's damage that's done.
What? I ask you to clarify this because there are some conservatives saying things like Tucker Carlson has, your colleague Marjorie Taylor Greene, in defense of this individual, this 21-year-old man. She called him essentially heroic, white male, Christian, anti-war, an enemy to the Biden regime. She said he told the truth about troops being on the ground in Ukraine and a lot more.
Well, first off, let's be clear. There are no U.S. troops on the ground in Ukraine other than the troops that are normally at an embassy protecting the embassy. We do not have boots on the ground. We do not have troops on the ground. So it's absolutely incorrect assumption from the documents that this individual leaked. The other aspect is he's guilty of if he's brought through this process and he's found guilty, it will be of espionage. It's of being a traitor to your country. That's not someone who to look up to. That is someone who has compromised his country and has certainly compromised our allies. That's not the oath that he took. That's not the job that he took.
Right. You are in the Gang of Eight, that small group of lawmakers that gets access to some of the most classified information, including the documents that were found at the residence of President Biden, President Trump, and former Vice President Pence. Have you looked at the documents, and are your questions answered?
Right. No, so the Department of Justice has not been forthcoming in this, and they've been somewhat disingenuous, and certainly both the House and the Senate are going to have to address this. One, the documents that were delivered to Congress are not complete. What? And secondly, they don't identify whose documents they were, whether they came from the trove of Biden's behind the Corvette or whether they came from Mar-a-Lago. What? That obviously has to be addressed. Timing ought to be able to tell us, but still at the same time to deliver those documents without even designating whose documents they were clearly shows, an unwillingness to work closely with Congress. In this also, it's incomplete. I can tell you this, in the reviews that we've had so far of indexes that do include the documents, there's no nuclear codes here. There's no one had anything that was of extreme imminent threat.
Have you seen everything?
Or we've seen the index of them.
Okay. We've
gotten some of the documents delivered to us. But the Department of Justice really needs to come clean. They need to deliver the documents to Congress. They promised them to us, and they need to work with us so that we can get an assessment of what happened here.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.